Welcome to our very first episode of our podcast, Don't Chew With Your Mouth Open, where we'll discuss all matters relating to business, economics, finance, investments, and wealth creation for the Global South. I'm your host, Thamsanqa Netha. I'm the CEO of Shiloh Capital, and I hope to have great conversations not only with you, the audience, but with everybody who's in the business of creating wealth for people on our side of the world. You may be wondering, why in the world do you name your podcast Don't Chew With Your Mouth Open? Well, fundamentally, it's because of the old English saying that it's rude for people to see the food you're chewing in your mouth. And this is an analogy to say we can make our wealth without the whole world knowing. We can progress financially without putting ourselves in the position where we become vulnerable to people seeing our wealth and our creation. So we want to emphasize the discretion and the humility around wealth creation and how we can go about doing it in a meaningful manner, not only for ourselves, for generations to come. Because we live in the developing world, there's often a rush for success. We always want to jump from having no money to $1 billion. However, it doesn't always work like that, and there will always be struggles and hurdles along the way. We want to discuss that with people who we know, who've gone through the hurdle and have reached the other side, people who are on their journey, and people who are actually building things that matter. And hopefully you'll enjoy the episodes that we present going forward. So why are we here? We're here to help each other grow in our wealth. We're here to discuss why it's important to build wealth for us, our families, and our nations, especially for us who live in the Global South, for us who live in the developing world, why it's important to empower ourselves meaningfully. We're here to discuss with people who are on the journey of doing that, to understand what they've done, what they have not done, and to learn from them. And we're also here to discuss people from multiple jurisdictions within the Global South who will give us views from their countries and what has happened to put them in the position to grow their wealth. Now, the real question, who am I? My name is Thamsanqa Netha, as I said before. I'm the CEO of Shiloh Capital. Shiloh Capital is a private equity fund manager. What does that mean? We buy private businesses, we make them better, and we sell them at good value. And we do that not only for ourselves, but our investors as well. Our goal there is to transfer wealth, not only from the people, entrepreneurs who own and build this business, but also for the people who risk their savings to enable us to buy these companies and do that. And we believe the opportunity set on our part of the world is very great. Unfortunately, the rest of the world, or fortunately, the rest of the world may not see it in that light, which gives us the opportunity for us to grow our wealth in meaningful ways. Why do I think this is important? I think there's a big gulf between what we can do and what we do. And we need to provide each other with meaningful, practical strategies to move from poverty to a great place of financial independence and wealth. And to do that, I feel, and is part of my passion, to do that and build out solutions that are viable, sustainable, and also capable for anybody who's looking to change from their current financial position to a larger, more stable, wealth-created financial position. Why do we focus on the Global South? In 2020, I had the opportunity to go to Silicon Valley. And while there, I realized that a lot of people don't know much about outside of the world. They have very little access to information, to data, to analysis. Although they have capital and they understand risk and reward, they really don't understand how it is to invest in South Africa, in Kenya, in Ghana, or in Nigeria. There's a very limited scope around that. But we understand our home. We understand that this is where we live. We see the opportunities every day. And from that, I took the lesson. There is capital available to invest in ideas that they understand. Although we understand them and they're part of our home, the world doesn't understand our ideas and they don't see them as investable. So part of why we're focusing on the Global South is to show that ideas on our part of the world, projects, investment opportunities can be scalable, can receive global capital, and can achieve significant returns. And we think that's an important message to pass on to people not only in our communities, but to the globe at large. So if you've made it this far in the pod, thank you. It's our first episode, we're giving it our best shot. Why should you listen to me? What about me makes me so special? Am I a billionaire on the Forbes wealth list? Well, the first answer is no, I'm not a billionaire yet. However, I have 15 years of experience in investing on our side of the world. I understand it. I've spent time in multiple countries across this continent working to drive value for investors. I have clear thoughts on how we should go about translating that wealth into tangible strategies for every person around us. It's possible for us. We are on that journey, and we hope to take you along that journey with us. So what are our key takeaways from this episode? Firstly, this is our first shot at it, so give us some grace. Secondly, we're focusing on the global south, or the developing side of the world that we think and we believe has strong investment opportunity. Thirdly, we are trying to give you not only first-hand accounts from the interviews we have, but also our own personal experiences at Shiloh Capital in investment and building businesses and taking opportunities to hand. Thirdly, the value of discretion and the value of not chewing with your mouth open. Ensuring that we build sustainable long-term wealth that won't be interrupted by people, by thoughts, by economies, by governments or politicians. At the end of it all we're trying to do is put money in your grandchildren's pockets. And we hope that this episode will be a good taster for what's going to come forward. What's coming next? We're trying not to have a copy and paste of what happens in other parts of the world that don't necessarily apply to the unique opportunities we have here. We're looking at how can we build something from the ground up? What does it look like to start a business or to risk your savings? And how to manage not only just the savings and the investment side, but your emotions as you go through the process of investing and maturing your investment. We are hoping to give you tools, individuals, and opportunities to build something meaningful. And as I said before, our goal is if we can put together strategies, pathways, and opportunities that put capital in your grandchildren's pockets. We'll see you in the next episode. Cheers.